White balance is the ability to filter the light that's coming on your subject so it doesn't have a bias, like it's not too warm or too cool or too pink or magenta or green or whatever. White balance will give you accurate colors if it's measured correctly. Now, auto white balance is just kind of on the fly white balance. It does the best that it can, and I'll show you here in this demonstration what auto white balance will do. Let me show you here with the model, and we'll show you the different white balances. Okay, so this is daylight, and so you'll see that the camera's got pre-programmed what they call color temperatures, and so white fluorescent light. All of those really are just guesses about what color temperature typically should be. And fluorescent is very interesting because I mean, fluorescent lights, each one, I don't know if you're in a classroom just kind of like looking up at the tiles on the ceiling, but I sure noticed that each one is a different color. So it's really hard to pick fluorescent. So any of these ones that are pre-balanced or presets really aren't of much use. The only ones that I would say are of any use would be auto white balance when you don't have time to white balance. And then if you go to custom white balance, that's when you get the really pretty light. So I'm going to do custom white balance right now, and I'll show you how we do it. So what I'll do right here is I'll go to the menu, and then I'll go up to down to custom white balance, and then it will say only compatible images displayed. So what I'll do here is this. I'm going to have my model hold that gray dome. Yeah, right in front of your face and touching your nose, just like that. And then I'm going to move this around just like right about there, you know, filling it as much as I can. And then, so now that took that photo. What happens from this point is if I go to custom white balance, it'll say pick an image. And you see down here on the bottom it says set. So I'm going to press the set button, which is the center of that middle wheel, and I'll say use white balance from this image for custom white balance when I say OK, and then set white balance to that tab. So here's what happens now. If I go to white balance and then I go to the tab, I get. And this is a perfectly neutral color. And so let's just go through the different ones here, and I'll show you what we have. So that would be if it was flash, if this was white fluorescent light, tungsten, cloudy. See, these all have color biases. This one's way too warm. Daylight is really weird. And this is auto. Now I want you to see auto, and then we'll go real quick to custom. See that? So auto, and then custom. So whenever you can do custom white balances, what I recommend is use our custom calibration dome, which is right, yeah, that guy right there. And then what you can do is you can have it in front of the model and then do your first set. But you're going to need to take one photo. And when you take that one photo, you can use that later in Lightroom or Photoshop or whatever editing software you have, and then pick that dome and neutralize it with whatever changes you want, and then create a preset, or just remember what that setting was. So long that the light doesn't change, the lighting's going to be perfect.